Welcome back to the LYC Yavneh Media Podcast Studio. We are back after having a week off with round 12. It is going to be huge. With me, I have Judah, Noah, and Mr. G Goldstein. How are you, Mr. G?
Great to be back after a few wins.
Yes. Melbourne are back. Well, you know, they're doing well, and you nearly beat Hockball because I can't stand them. But, yeah, bad luck about that. The umpires definitely helped them out. And then the week before, was it the Brisbane?
Brisbane, then Sydney.
That
Last year's
huge.
grand finalists taken care of.
That was, you know what, muzzle tough to them. Yep. Now, well, let's get through it. A bit of a recap. All we need to know, Judah, is Carlton lost, correct?
It was the umpire's fault.
Yeah, Toby Green's 250th. And also Collingwood won with half their team out, correct, Noah?
Yep.
Against North, though.
Yeah. Can you tell him, Noah, who we had out?
We had Pendles, Schultz, Shooter, Moore, Howe played.
How played?
Maynard played 11 minutes.
That's why you won.
Cox.
Oh.
Cox only got 2 disposals, so Cox
Snap.
barely played. So
In the end, it was a great weekend. Not so good for Carlton. My tips, I got 8 out of 9, and Carlton let me down again, Judah. But anyway, let's move on to this week. It is a magical round because, it is a bye round, so we're entering into all these bye rounds. But we're going to start off with Lions and the Bombers, and I'm going to pass this off to Judah. Judah, what's your rundown and tip on this game?
So I actually see it'll be a close match, even though last year Lions were pretty good. They
Just go a bit closer to the mic.
They were very good. Bombers have been playing pretty good, even though they played North Melbourne. They smashed, and they have Zach Merritt. He's been playing good. Nick Martin with an amazing 166 in fantasy. It
Nice.
was a very good game, but in the end, I see Lions winning.
By how much?
I see them winning by 15 in the last quarter.
15
And Lockie
goals? No.
15 disposals.
15 who?
Lockie Neal.
Lockie Neal. Okay, good on him. Mr. G? Tip?
Yeah, I think I agree with Judah that I think 6 wins flatters Essendon. I don't think they're that good. And if you look at their injury list,
Yeah.
it could get very ugly tonight. So I think Judah's right. Brisbane will win, but I think they'll win by 8-9 goals.
Yeah, easy. Noah?
well, Ridley's out. That's a big problem for Essendon, same as Carl Langford. So I see Brisbane honestly winning by 32.
Okay. I think Brisbane are missing James Hird, Mark McCurry. Who else was there from the 90s? They haven't won a final since I was in probably first year uni or something. Miss Flame, if you're watching, sorry. Yeah. Now, Pies and Hawks. This is where it's going to be huge. Well, wrong buttons. Noah G, what's your rundown?
Well, Hawks played decent against Brisbane, but you should not be losing to Brisbane at the G, and then the Pies coming off all these injuries and then getting all these players back, especially.
Yep.
And especially getting Will Hayes their first game, I think the Pies might win by 15.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Look, my recap, my rundown on this, because we're sharing this because it's a split round, is here's to all the Hawks fans out there. All I'm seeing, Mr. G's articles about, Will Day's out. Will Day, without him, we can't win. Oh, also, the number one of high tackles, free kicks in the forward 50. Guess who it is, Mr. G?
I reckon it's the Hawks.
Yeah, it is. I think it's... I'm not even say their names. You know who it is. They're forward players. Ginnivan used to play for Collingwood. Bless him. But, there's that. There's no Will Day. Well, you know what? We had no more. No Schultz. Yep. No Pendles. No side bottom. No Bobby. And we still got the job done. And we got the job done in Freo too. So, you know what? I've always been scared of Hawthorn, Noah. But let me tell you something. Tomorrow, we are going to make a statement. It's going to be a statement. We're going to go out there and scare everyone.
And also, the Pies have only won 7 against 27.
Exactly.
So we need to win one and break this.
One of those wins, Mr. G,
streak.
just on Collingwood, one of those wins was the 2011 prelim. I was there, and that was juicy, and all my Hawthorn mates watching this. Well, you know what? We won 3 in a row. Me. You won 3 in a row when the draft was compromised, correct, Mr. G?
The draft is always compromised, Mr. D.
Yeah. True. All right, moving on. You know what? Moving on. Gold Coast Freo, Mr. G.
Do we not get to give our tips?
Actually, hang on. Wait. Hang
Are
on.
you scared we're going to tip Hawthorn?
Collingwood by 12 points for me. Judah,
I actually think Hawthorn by 2.
can you just get up, walk out,
Yeah.
and don't come back?
Yep.
Hawthorn by 2. I don't want that to happen. That is too scary for me. It reminds me of a certain...
They've lost quite a few. I think this is their game.
All right. Fair enough. Mr. G.
I haven't been impressed with Hawthorn over the last 3 weeks. They scraped past D's, lost to Gold Coast, lost to Brisbane at home. If they don't win this week, I think top 4 might be beyond them.
Yeah.
And I think Pies another nice easy game at the MCG, and they'll get the win.
Easy game at the MCG. Just like the grand final was easy, Noah, correct?
Back in 2023 and 2010.
Yeah, well, let's remember that. But Melbourne did win the COVID Cup, and well done to that.
2020 and 2021.
Okay, Giants, Richmond, Judah. Quick rundown and tip.
I think Giants will smash. They have Lockie Ash, who's having his best year by far. He's taking over Lockie Whitfield in kicks. And I think they'll win by 50 up.
50 points
50 or more.
plus. Gotcha. Where they're playing this, actually? They're playing it at...
NG Stadium in Sydney.
Yeah.
So it's,
Anyone ever been there?
I haven't, but
No.
that is the Giants' home ground.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Even though they have home games all over the place, including Canberra, they
Oh,
play,
here we go.
They play
Here we
a
go.
few games
Here we go.
in Tassie, so they travel more than any other team, actually. I'm not sure if Pies fans would know what that means.
Noah, can you fill in Mr. G with like how many times we've travelled in the first 10 rounds, please?
Well, we're playing 6 away games and we've travelled already 5 times.
And
There you go.
how are the next 14 weeks looking for the
Um,
Pies?
You can't...
Hard.
You do what the...
Hard.
Oh, this guy.
Oh.
Anyway.
Anyway, I'll tip the Giants as well. I don't see Richmond getting close to them. They'll
No.
hit form against Carlton and they'll beat Richmond.
Noah?
Well, I think the Tigers will come out firing after last week because they nearly beat Essendon, but I say GWS by 23.
I say GWS by 40 minimum. They're coming back. All right. Swans versus Crum. Noah?
Well, the Crom are going on fire, and I think they should be firing. Well, I know it's only
At the
it was back
SCG.
in 2023, but they should be still angry about the robbery
Which robbery?
when
Oh,
they hit
yeah,
the
yeah,
post.
yeah.
And I think Sydney they're not good this season, and they're just grand final hangover, and it should be premiership hangover, but it's grand final hangover.
Yep, correct.
So I say probably Crom by 32.
Gotcha. Judah?
I fully agree with Noah. They're probably devastated about how they got robbed, and I think they'll win by 20 plus.
Mr. G?
Yeah, I think they've been robbed more than once. They've been apologised to a few
Yeah.
times over the last few years, but
We're sorry.
they need to take it into their own hands. And if you want to come top 4, winning at Sydney, despite Sydney's form, would be a huge statement for Adelaide. I think that would really say to the league, hey, we're here, we're in the top 4, we're the best scoring side in the league.
True.
So I think they can do that. I'll tip Adelaide by a goal.
I'm tipping Adelaide by 25 points. Sydney, I've picked them, lost tips. And, you know, we've got Ilan there in JS department. Got to pick the Swans. I'm like, no. You know why? Because every time I do, this happens. And you know what, Mr. G, I picked Melbourne last week, and on the school tipping, I'm actually 4th. I'm Skibbity Magpie in the students and staff. That's me, Skibbity Magpie. But yeah, Skibbity Riz, they were playing like they were in the Skibbity toilet. Okay, Melbourne versus Saints. Mr. G, this is your mob. At the MCG, or is it at Mount Buller? No.
It's in Alice Springs.
Oh, Alice Springs. Yeah, why are you playing there? Can't you get a crowd here? Or
We can get a crowd anywhere we go, and we've chosen to bring football to the great people of Alice Springs and showcase the beautiful game across the country.
True.
This is the test from Melbourne. You can't win big games against Brisbane and Sydney and then drop a game against St Kilda. I'm wary of St Kilda because Ross Lyon just knows how to win games off his coaching alone. So I'm not.
Well, that's just it, isn't it?
I'm not confident going into it, but I think we have to win. start the season 0-5. We're now sitting at 5-6. This was evening up and really put us in finals contention, whereas a loss would probably end our season. So I think we have to win this game, and hopefully we will.
I'll get you to move your mic up a bit, Mr. G, as well.
The stand's a bit broken.
Sorry. Just like West Coast's backline. Noah?
Well, I say it's going to be a roster boss masterclass because I know people who go for the Saints, and well, I say Saints by 6 because he'll just lock in the back line after they get up, and then Melbourne will kick a couple, and then it'll be like 42-36.
Gotcha. Judah?
I agree with Mr. D about the views. It'll probably be this will probably be the least viewed game, or arguably the West
Go a
Coast
bit closer, mate.
or the West Coast Geelong game. That'll be the least viewed game. But looking at the game that I went yesterday, the Melbourne game, I reckon Melbourne will win.
I think people will watch this. It'll be all right. There'll be a bit of a... What, is it on a Saturday night? I think
It's a Sunday afternoon, and there's no other game that afternoon.
3:20.
So
I mean, look, Melbourne fans, I don't know if the ski slopes are open yet, but I'm sure they'll be at home. They're definitely not going to travel there. They'll have their wine and cheese, and they'll be like, oh, yes, go Melbourne. I hope you win because we don't like losers, so we'll just go back to the ski slopes, shall we? And Ross the boss, oh, you know, you're a bit special, aren't you?
Is Alice Springs another ground Scott Pendlebury has never played at?
You know what? You can't help it, mate. You can't. We've been through this. Can we just put it on record that other teams elect to play Collingwood, okay, at the MCG? Hence, what happened? The Bulldogs, correct?
Yep.
Their anniversary, they could have done it in Marvel. What happened, Mr. G? Your arguments, you know what? Your arguments stink. Like,
So
anyway.
you're agreeing that the fixture has to be compromised because other teams need money.
No, we make the money.
That's an unfair position for a professional sports league.
What are we meant to do then? We're in Australia. Like, we're not the NBA, where everyone's got like...
Share the wealth.
Well, maybe if your team, the crowd rocked up,
Yep.
as opposed to like, you know, come on, mate. All right, West Coast Geelong. Oh, West Coast and G-Town in West Coast. Well, what can I say? We've got a mutual friend that goes for the Cats, and obviously got a Year 12 Tegan who's been on the podcast. It's Cats. This is no-brainer. Actually, we didn't give our tips, did we, for Melbourne St Kilda? I tip Melbourne by 25 points. Judah?
Melbourne by 30.
No?
Roster boss masterclass. St Kilda by 6.
Good. Okay. West Coast Cats. This is just going to be Cats boosting their percentage, which I'm going to bring the ladder up in a second. Cats, let's just be quick with this. Cats by 55 minimum for me. Mr. G?
Yeah, well, what you're looking at, if you get that ladder up, Geelong are just outside the 4, and as you say, nice percentage booster. But the rest of the season for Geelong is the easiest draw.
Yes, it is.
So top 4 looking very likely for them. And then you begin with this game against West Coast. West Coast have 4 All-Australians on their list, all 4 of them. Not Waterman, but Waterman, it would probably be their most dangerous player. 3 All-Australians out for the season, plus Waterman out for the season. I don't think West Coast have any chance here.
No way. And your tip, sir?
Geelong by a lot of points.
Okay. Noah?
Well, I say Geelong by, I don't even know, I think like trillions, honestly. Those are not good.
Good one. Judah?
I think Geelong by 100 plus.
Okay. That could happen.
And West Coast, their team is just falling apart. Even with all the draft picks that they get, they're still bad. Tim Kelly even got dropped for 1 week.
Yeah.
They're just bad.
Look, there is a lot of buys, and while we can have a quick chat about the ladder, obviously, Mr. G, we can talk about the top 4. Obviously, number 1 is the Pies up there. Now, just on that, I don't want Geelong. The problem is they're going to get all these easy games, right? If they finish 4th, I don't want to play them at the G. I don't like playing Geelong.
Why do you play them in Geelong?
Well, it's going to be our home game, and
Exactly.
and yeah, I mean, even if they do finish, I think what's going to happen is, you know what's? Can I ask you a question? All of you a question. The Gold Coast, how they're down by, they got 10 games played, right? When are they playing that make-up game?
Oh, they're playing it last round of the season on a Monday or Wednesday.
But how does that work?
Because they're flying straight there. They're going back to the Gold Coast.
Yeah,
from
but
there.
Like,
The game was cancelled in round 0 against Essendon because
Yeah.
of the hurricane.
of course.
So they're gonna play that game in between rounds, where they play like early on like a Wednesday night and then play late on like the Monday or Tuesday
Is
at
that
the end of the round.
disadvantages there to that? Like,
It's probably not ideal to have like a 5-day break. But then if they make finals, they have a bye before the finals. So I think the AFL's like that one game against Essendon, they have to fit it in, and there was nowhere to fit it in.
and then you got Gold Coast and the Saints having their banter with what did he say? Hardwick, the Nepo baby. No, Ross, the boss, said that about the Suns, and then he goes, "Why don't you look in your own backyard? How many people do you have here? 13,000." That was a good call.
I'm not sure if it is. I don't see the comment between teams struggling financially and the AFL continually giving Gold Coast Sun free players
Exactly.
in the top 5.
And the perfect fixture. Speaking of perfect fixture, talking about your mob, Judah, Carlton, not looking a win, loss, win, loss, loss. You could have beaten the Swans. I don't know what happened there. You could have. The Giants game, I don't know about winning that. It was a bit 50-50. The other one that you lost, you got smashed by the Crows. You beat the Saints, good. You beat Cats, don't know how. You lost to Collingwood. What's happening with Carlton? Should you just TDK, get rid of him, or make some, like, rebuild? Like, what are they going to do?
Well, we do have Jagger Smith, who is injured. He will bring the speed and agility to
Are you making finals?
the midfield.
Wait. Let's ask a question. Here we go. Judah, you're here. The Yavneh community is watching. You're the Carlton person in this podcast. Are you making finals?
I reckon we will miss out by 1.
And just like when Jamie Elliott kicked it, what did he do? No, I can't remember.
It just jumped up. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Bang. Okay, now, big calls for the week. Well, it's going to start off. Here we go. There's that big call segment. Mr. G, we'll go with you first.
I wish my big call for the week was Jack Ginnivan makes Pies pay. But I think Collingwood will win. So my big call is that game will be decided by a very controversial umpiring decision.
Oh, no, please no. Noah,
Either way. I don't know.
Okay.
Umpires love you both.
Yeah. Noah?
For me, it's Jai Amos kicking 6 goals in a Freo big win over Gold Coast in the Gold Coast.
Okay. Judah?
Mine is the opposite to Noah, Ben King kicking 5+ goals.
Okay. And my big call is this. I'll be there, I think, quarter time. We're going to have our first, well, probably, there's been a big melee. I don't want it to happen, but I think something is going to be fiery between the Wizard and Sicily and Ginnivan. And, Maynard's not playing, but yeah, there's going to be some sparks. Nick Dacos will be in there. They're going to try target him again like they did last year. They broke his leg. And with any luck, Hockball will be put to bed, okay, because they got the Bulldogs the week after. And then if they lose that one, they're going to be probably out of the 8, Mr. G. Have you done the predictor? I have. Well, guys, look, it has been quite a day. And I just want to say thanks to Judah, Noah, and Mr. G, as always, for joining me on this podcast. Anything you want to add, Mr. G, Noah?
No, all good. Good luck to everyone who's playing this weekend.
Sure, we just had the big calls, but what's your big statement?
There should be no opening round.
Yes, 100%.
Agree.
Well, guys, look, it has been round 12 here with the Yavneh podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe. This has been sponsored by the Yavneh Tuck Shop, specifically Barekas. They're good, yeah? Yep. We'll see you next time. Like, subscribe. Collingwood! Collingwood! Oh, shush. See you then. Thank you very much.